Welcome everyone, and thank you so much for joining in this very important update here on price action of Bitcoin. As we are aware, Bitcoin has failed to break out of this key trend line. The resistance from this descending broadening wedge, resistance from this Williams alligator indicator, and even the resistance from this CPI indicator. And now, should we worry because we could be preparing ourselves for another dead cat bounce type of scenario, or what to expect next? So before we start talking about all of these interesting scenarios which I prepared for you guys, I want you to do me a favor and quickly destroy that like button, and to those individuals watching this for the first time, to hit that subscribe button. And now, first thing first guys, the number one reason, I think this is the number one reason why we are seeing more sell off in price action of Bitcoin. I mean, 10,000 Bitcoin from Silk Road valued at $593.5 million was just transferred to Coinbase Prime. The receiving wallet previously received this funds from a known US government wallet 2 weeks ago. Yes guys, the US government looks like offloading their Bitcoin holding, and if you look at this one here, I mean, the US government still owns over 183,000 Bitcoin at current price. It is over $10 billion, making it the largest geopolitical owner of digital currency. So we might see more such shell pressure before election because they want to offload this Bitcoin holding. But is it going to result in another continuation? I mean, price of Bitcoin, if we look at this in a weekly time frame, is following this descending broadening wedge, a bullish continuation pattern. And when the price of Bitcoin had this massive sell-off towards this lower trend line, in a bigger picture, every pullback towards this lower trend line has resulted in a very bullish move. So in our case, after testing the support around this lower trend line, we were also expecting a move like this, at least around the upper trend line from this descending broadening wedge, before deciding the trend duration. But if you look at this 50 weighted moving average, which is a variant of SMA and EMA that gives more weight to recent data points to produce a smoother line and more accurate picture of the underlying trend. If you look at it right now, you can see guys, the price is fighting to remain above this trend line, which is very important, because if you look at this here from past price action, price remaining above this 50 weighted moving average has resulted in a very bullish move. But failing to find proper support above this trend line, this moving average, right, 50 weighted moving average, has also resulted in a very bearish move. I mean, this same trend line, which during uptrend acted as support, will be acting as resistance, and in the past price action it also resulted in a very bearish move. So to avoid this bearish move, in our case, to follow this descending broadening wedge, a bullish continuation pattern, we have to come across 50 weighted moving average, which right now sits around 58,700. Yes guys, this weekly candle must find proper support above this trend line if you want to see this as a continuation pattern, price getting attracted around this upper trend line. But if you simply zoom out, right, if you simply zoom out in a smaller time frame, yes, this pullback was expected, throwback towards the trend line, because this same trend line, which in the past price action acted as resistance, is being tested right now. So if the price of Bitcoin could find support over this falling trend line, which in the past price action acted as resistance, then we might see price showing another continuation like this. I mean, another attempt to break out of this key trend line, another attempt to follow this uphill run, because we know beside this example, this bullish example, we are also inside this bullish continuation pattern known as descending broadening wedge. And inside this descending broadening wedge, you can see each and every test around this lower trend line has resulted in a move towards this upper trend line, which I just showed you here in a weekly time frame, right? Every retest or every test around this lower trend line from this descending broadening wedge has resulted in a bullish move. And if you look in our case, this is in a daily time frame, you can see the price has tested the support around this 48 to 50,000, which has also resulted in a bullish move. So if this here is just a temporary rally, I mean a move like this, then we have to be careful, because if the price fails to hold above this key trend line, which sits in between 50-55,000, then it is going to be looked as an actual bearish continuation from here on. And even the smaller descending broadening wedge, which is being formed here, if you simply zoom out, you can see the price of Bitcoin is forming a bullish continuation pattern inside this descending broadening wedge. Let me show you guys this in a very simple way. I mean, in a 4-hour time frame, yes, we have been rejected from this upper trend line again and again, which has also resulted in a continuation to the downside. I mean, price failing to break out of this upper trend line has resulted in a bearish move. So in our case, you can see even if this bearish move plays out, we are still expecting price to remain above 55,000. As long as we remain above that range, there is nothing to worry about, because we know this pullback could be the selling pressure from US government and also the rejection from this key line of resistance which you have right now. Price failing to flip this into proper support, it is going to be looked as a continuation pattern, a bearish continuation pattern, and this entire move was a fake out. I mean, this entire move was a fake out, and price after that is expected to show another continuation, not just only this towards this monthly S1 line, but also towards this monthly S2 line, which sits around 46,000. Yes, guys, price failing to find support above the CPI line, which is acting as one of the most important line of resistance, right? Along with this Williams alligator indicator, you can see, right, it is going to be looked as a bearish continuation pattern, because in that case we are going to follow this dead cat bounce trading pattern. Price failing to flip this 0.5.61 Fibonacci line, failing to flip this CPI trend line, failing to flip this Williams alligator into support, means we must look this as a dead cat bounce trading pattern, a bearish continuation pattern, which is clearly pointing us the upcoming days for Bitcoin is expected to be bearish. So to avoid this bearish move, to invalidate this bearish move, we need the price to break out of this 63,000 resistance at any cost. So what I'm trying to pinpoint is that it is very, very important for Bitcoin to break out of this key line of resistance if we want to see another bullish continuation playing out. Otherwise, it is going to result in another continuation following this dead cat bounce trading pattern, price heading towards the next target, which is around 46,000, and even according to this Williams alligator indicator, it is going to be looked as a bearish continuation pattern. So this is what I see looking at the price action of Bitcoin in a different time frame using different scenarios. If you enjoyed my work, then please guys, please destroy that like button, and to those individuals watching this for the first time, to hit that subscribe button. And also a quick reminder, if you haven't claimed this free 500 USD futures position airdrop from Bybit, and additional to that another free 200 USD futures position airdrop from Bybit, then definitely check the video description. And by saying this, I'm signing out until next time. Bye bye.